Reading from the novel What is Normal by Ginny Scales Medeiros, page 34.
Sue was in the 3rd grade now and would soon turn 8. Arriving at the school, Sue walked around the outside of the building and peeked into a few of the classroom windows. For the most part, the school looked just like her other school, only bigger. Sue then walked over to the playground. As she entered, Sue saw some older kids. There was a group of boys, maybe 12 or 13 years old, hanging out around the swings. Though they weren't swinging on them, they just seemed to be talking and laughing, but Sue couldn't really hear them. There also was an older man, about 18 or 20 years old, who was sitting on the bench. He saw Sue and motioned for her to come over to him. As Sue got closer, she saw that he had his pee-pee out of his pants. Sue knew what his pee-pee was because she'd seen her uncle's, but she was shocked that this man, a stranger, would have his out in public. Sue came a bit closer just to see and make sure of this puzzling situation, when the man said to her, "Hey, little girl, this is my baby bottle. You want to come over?"
Page 102.
Usually after supper, Sue would go off to her bedroom until her mother went to sleep, and then she would go out to visit her new drinking friends. Sue was still good at stealing and always had alcohol, which made her instantly popular, and she knew it. It felt so good for all the bad things to just go away, which they did every time she drank. And when she overdid it, she would swear she'd never drink again, until, of course, the next time. Drinking made Sue feel like all of her worries were gone, the doubts, the shame, the guilt, and all the not good enough things that she felt about herself. Instead, she felt so beautiful, so special, and so irresistible that it was nearly impossible for her to give up those feelings. And therefore, alcohol was like her best friend.
Page 144.
One of the feelings Sue had during her first meeting was relief. She realized for the first time she had a choice. She did not have to drink. If she didn't take the first drink, she would be fine. And the fact that God was in charge again, not Sue, was of great comfort to her. She was one of the youngest people in the meetings, and some of the old-timers said things to her like, "I've spilled more than you could have possibly drank."
Page 137.
Chapter 11. Real men may not eat quiche, but real women do sell cars. Sue really could sell cars. She sold a car her first day on the job. She averaged a car a day in 1982. She had found the perfect career.
Page 140.
Selling made Sue feel great about herself. She felt so successful and so creative at the same time. She was always looking for ways to make the deal work and thinking of new ways to bring in new business and more sales. She found marketing fascinating, just like Darren Stevens from the Bewitched shows long ago. She felt excited and driven to find new and innovative ways to sell and to market. The recognition she got from doing so well at this job was exhilarating.
Page 163.
After doing tons of research, Sue applied for her first patent and trademark. It took several years of hard work and persistence, but she had finally got her first patent. Now she turned her considerable attention and determination toward the thing she did best, marketing and selling.
Page 165.
One of the best things Sue did was to pitch the newsrooms in several areas around the country. She got on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox News in many different cities. She pitched the whole thing as a news story because she had created a product that solved all the sunless tanning problems, which was already being sold in world-class spa resorts, and the news people ate this up.
Page 176.
Sue, immediately feeling alarmed because of her own childhood experiences with secrets, turned and looked at both of her sons, as if by looking she could see if they were really okay or not. "What are you scared to tell me? You know you can tell me anything. I've always said that secrets are worse than the truth, no matter how bad the truth may be.
Page 185.
What was becoming very clear to Sue was that she wanted to live a real life and to be a real person, and to hell with normal. All of her life she tried to fit herself into some kind of normal mold so that she could finally look like and be like everybody else. Now she knew it wasn't worth the price. She'd never been really herself, and she'd lost touch with her true feelings. Sue was ready to begin to live a real life. No matter how difficult it might be, at least it would be real. She would be real. Thank you for listening to Bits and Pieces of Sue's story. You can find more about Sue at whatisnormal.tv. She was raised way out in the woods in upstate New York, only finishing the 9th grade. Her parents were high school teenage dropouts. She lived in a trailer which later became a chicken coop. It's pretty amazing what she's done with her life, and you can do amazing things with yours too.